I'm streaming last week, and somebody had commented that EDP had moved to Las Vegas, and yeah, didn't really think much of it. I'm streaming last night, and somebody also mentioned, "Hey, did you know that EDP moved to Henderson, which is right next to Las Vegas?" And about 10 minutes ago, I just occurred to me that somebody had said that, and I haven't looked that dude up on YouTube in forever. So I put EDP moves to Las Vegas on YouTube just to see if anybody was talking about it, and nobody really talks about that guy anymore. He really is old news. But there's videos of people going to his apartment and showing where he lives. They're not going to the exact apartment number, but they're showing the apartment name, and basically it's an easy Google search. You just put in blah, 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 Henderson, Nevada, and it's right there. I'm not really sure how exactly they found out that he lives there, but when everybody online knows your name, they can easily find out where you live. And I'm not going to say the name of the apartment where he lives just because I'm not really into that doxing shit. You know, technically he was not committed. He wasn't convicted of a crime, even though he committed a crime. And it doesn't matter. He can move anywhere because he's not a convicted felon. Okay, technically, there was no crime that he was convicted of. So he can go wherever he wants. The apartment that he lives in, I'm imagining if it's a one-bedroom apartment, I'm going to guess that it costs between, I'm going to say right now rents are going up. I'll say it's at least $1,200-1,300 a month. I'll say at least that. So he does have some kind of money coming in to where he can pay that rent. I don't believe he has any money on YouTube at all. They totally squashed his account. This guy has tried to make a website. As of right now, I only checked the website once, and that was about 2 months ago, and it wasn't up. And, you know, listen, personally, like I said, I'm not into people going to his house and messing with him, but we already know people have called the management office, and I'm pretty sure people are calling the management office every day, letting them know that so-and-so did this, they did that. I'm pretty sure they've emailed them stuff. Me personally, if I were a troll where I would do that, I would actually mail a 50-cent stamp. Could be quite powerful. You put a letter with his picture in an envelope and mail it to the manager. That hits harder than an email. When you get a letter in your hand with pictures of him or his mugshot or whatever, and you tell the manager, like, you know, go search him up on YouTube, that 50 cents does a lot. It's a lot of power with that 50 cents. I mean, this guy is going to be forever known as a creep, a sex offender, a pedophile, and he's never going to escape that. He's never, ever going to make any money online ever again, and if he does, it ain't going to be anywhere near what he was making before. You know, listen, guys, he's a weirdo. He has a problem. He has an issue, and the whole thing about it, what makes it even worse, other than the fact that what he did was wrong, is that he does not accept the fact that what he did was wrong, what he did was foul, what he did is disgusting, and he brushes it off like it's no big deal. You know, and it's a big deal because even though technically he did not do anything because there was no girl and everything was staged to make him think that there was a girl. What if there was a 13-year-old girl? That's what you got to think. What if she were really there? What if this 13-year-old broad really existed? I guess he didn't figure out that no woman wants him. It's like, you think a 13-year-old likes you, you fucking weirdo. Grown women don't like you. Underage teenage girls don't like you. Children don't like you. I mean, nobody really cares for you, dude. And, you know, you squandered and you ruined a fantastic thing that happened to you that'll never happen ever again. Dude, you can't be on any platform. I don't even think you could be on Facebook, because as soon as your trolls start contacting Facebook, they're going to take your shit down. You know, these social media companies, they're not fucking around when it comes to how you conduct yourself off of their platform. And YouTube specifically updated the terms of service, I think a few months back before this all went down, stating that if you do something not in just outside of legalese, if you do something bad that they deem bad off of the platform, they have every right to pull the plug on your channel. And that's what it is. If you don't want to be watched like a hawk, you know, don't have a social media account. Don't start a YouTube. Don't make an Instagram. Don't get on TikTok. Don't do none of that, because they can pull the plug on you really quickly. So you got a bunch of guys on YouTube just showing his apartment. It's all over YouTube. And I'm surprised, not surprised that they done it. I'm just surprised that not many people seem to care. There's not that many views on the videos. And I'm not making this video to get any views. I just thought it was funny that this guy, you know, tried to move to a new state, and, you know, everywhere you go, you will constantly be followed and doxxed and harassed. And can you imagine? It's not like this guy could just walk down the street and not be noticed. I mean, the guy weighs 667 pounds. He's pretty noticeable. You know, it's not like he's a regular sized guy where he could just kind of walk into a Home Depot and nobody's going to recognize him. I mean, that guy was way more known, famous, and recognizable on YouTube than I am. And I get recognized at least once every 2 or 3 weeks. So I imagine, number one, that this guy either just people don't look at him, or he gets bothered a lot and nobody, you know, he doesn't say anything about it. But wherever he goes, you know, people are going to recognize him. And this is going to go on for at least, I say the next at least 2 years, it's going to be bad. And then eventually people will forget about this dude. Nobody will really care anymore. And then he'll just kind of fade away into nothing. You know, I said, I believe before on the stream, if I were him, which if I were, I'd hang myself with an industrial sized rope. But if I were, I would leave the country. I wouldn't even live here anymore. I'd take my ass to Cambodia or Vietnam, but then I bet you he would want to go over there. Fucking creep. You see, you guys didn't believe me when I said he was a sex creep. You guys didn't believe me, and then you thumbs me down and all this crap. See, I told you what kind of fucking clown this dude was, but nobody listened to me. But I don't think he should get harassed. I don't think he should be, you know, assaulted or nothing like that. I'm not into that shit. You know what he did? Trust and believe. Trust and believe. You can't tell me that there was nights after everything went down that he wasn't looking at all those guns in his house and he was like, man, I could just do it right now. I could just dump it right now. Bang, boom, pow, you're done. Lights out. Lights out, kid. Good night. You know, and then he doesn't have to worry about anything anymore other than what's on the other side when you go there. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's paid for his crimes at least enough to where, I don't know, but I'm surprised nobody's beat him up yet. But, you know, you talk tough, you talk loud on social media, you think you're big and bad because you got 1 million or 2 million subscribers and they're sending you super chats for $100 and, you know, you think you're the shit. I don't know why you think that way, and now it was pulled from you. Now you're nothing. I mean, you were nothing from before. I didn't think you were shit, but I mean, imagine making thousands of dollars a month and then it's just gone. He's lucky he didn't get convicted of a crime because he's not a felon, so he can go get a job somewhere. He can go drive a truck. He can go, you know, still be a security guard. You know, he's probably got to be working a regular job right now. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get a job over there doing security because that's pretty much all he can do. I mean, look how big he is. He ain't going to be able to work at Amazon. Dude, you're going to be right. Bro, this guy is not, you got to also remember, even though he wasn't convicted of a crime, if his employer recognizes him, they're not going to hire him. You know, his life is over. He's screwed. You know, he definitely doesn't need any trolls off of YouTube showing his apartment and showing where he lives, and, you know, his management company telling him to leave. And I suspect that might probably happen. I think if the trolls bothered that apartment complex enough, I think they're just going to tell him that you got to go, because they can do that if they want. An apartment complex, you know, fuck a lease at the end of the day. When you're signing that lease, when you're getting that apartment and there's a bunch of, you know, legal nonsense and you're just not even looking at it, you're just like, you know, where do I sign? Oh, they say, like, if you cause trouble, you're out. That's it. And how many emails, how many calls is that management office going to get before they just say, hey, man, you got to go? Anyways, I just thought that was pretty interesting. Anyways, I will catch up with you later. I got to go look for something. Peace out.